Welcome to Conversations with the Great Dead, where we summon the wisdom of history's brightest minds for one more dialogue. I am Artashes Khurshudyan, lifelong student of the mind and your host. Today's guest is Dr. John Bowlby, pioneer of attachment theory, which reshaped how we understand human love, loss, and development. But this isn't a textbook summary. We have invited Bowlby into our time to interpret the world of swipes, video calls, virtual classrooms, and what it means to feel connected in a hyper-connected age. Let's begin. Dr. Bowlby, welcome. We are living in a time where millions seek connection with a swipe. Left for no, right for yes. But love has become ghostable. How would you view this phenomenon?
I must admit, I find it simultaneously fascinating and profoundly sad. When I first observed children torn from their parents during wartime evacuations, what disturbed me most was the invisible injury, the erosion of trust. Today's swipe culture carries echoes of that wound. Anxious messages met with silence, fragile bonds discarded in a moment. These things mirror insecure attachment patterns. It's not just ghosting, it's invisible abandonment.
So our adult dating lives are echoing patterns from early childhood? Is that what you are saying?
Yes, because the nervous system remembers. If you were soothed inconsistently as a child or ignored, your adult relationships may reflect that same seeking. For validation, for reassurance. The medium may be new, but the ache is old.
And all these almost relationships, they leave residue, don't they?
Quite. Every micro-rupture creates a narrative. I'm too much, I'm not enough, I shouldn't need. And then we pathologize the need for closeness, when in truth, it is our greatest strength.
You said something that struck me. The nervous system remembers. Could you expand on that in the context of digital intimacy?
Certainly. The digital sphere creates the illusion of abundance, infinite choices, endless connection. But when bonds are severed abruptly, a chat thread ends, a match disappears, the nervous system still registers that as rejection. It cannot tell the difference between a sudden digital silence and being left alone on a playground.
So, what looks like casual dating might be triggering survival systems beneath awareness?
Exactly. And without time to process or mourn these micro-losses, the wound accumulates. We swipe again, hoping to soothe, but often only deepen the hurt.
A loop of reaching, missing, repeating.
Unless we slow down and reflect, or find someone who offers secure presence, the cycle remains unexamined. That's why I believe we need digital literacy around attachment. Not just in how we use technology, but how it uses us.
Let's pivot to children. Parenting today often means monitoring from apps, video chatting during business trips, relying on digital nannies. Can a child truly form a secure attachment in this context?
That depends entirely on the quality of the interaction. When I say secure base, I do not mean physical presence alone, I mean emotional availability. But still, no app can replicate the warmth of skin-to-skin contact or the attunement of a parent's body rhythm matching a child's distress. Children are sensory beings. The nervous system is socially wired.
I am reminded of something you once wrote about the mother's presence was like the emotional soil in which child grows.
Indeed, and we must ask, if we raise a generation through screens, what kind of roots are we giving them? Shallow ones that bend in every digital breeze, or deep ones that hold fast in the storm.
But is there a way forward? Not everyone can be present all the time, right?
Of course, we must teach repair. What matters is not perfect attunement, but consistent reattunement. A child must know, even when you're gone, you will return. Even when we rupture, we can reconnect.
Can co-parents, grandparents, or even teachers offer that secure base digitally, if done with intention?
Yes, though it requires emotional clarity. A grandparent who records bedtime stories, or a teacher who checks in via voice notes can offer powerful signals of care. What matters is consistency, tone, and responsiveness.
So even brief interactions, if attuned, can build trust.
Quite right. Think of them as digital gazes. The child feels seen and held, even through a screen. But if the parent is distracted, multitasking, emotionally absent, the screen becomes a barrier rather than a bridge.
In the e-learning world, I think often about connection. With asynchronous learning, video-based modules, even AI tutors, can a learner feel held? Is there an emotional layer to good instructional design?
Absolutely. Every learning environment is also a relational environment. We don't learn in a vacuum. We learn best when we feel safe, significant, and seen. And in the digital classroom, this sense of safety can be engineered through presence, a prompt reply to a forum post, a personalized video message, an educator who says, "I see you."
That reminds me, I often design learning pathways with built-in check-ins, not just quizzes, interactive videos and learning games, but moments of reflection, encouragement, and learner support, both psychological and technical.
Exactly. That's relational scaffolding. It tells the learner, you matter to someone on the other side of the screen. And in that space of mattering, their mind can open.
Many people today are trying to heal themselves through therapy, journaling, even social media communities. Is it possible, in your view, to earn secure attachment later in life?
Absolutely. While early experiences shape us, they do not imprison us. We speak of earned security, the capacity to internalize a secure base later in life through corrective relationships.
Could a mentor, therapist, or even a friend serve that role?
Yes, anyone who offers reliability, attunement, and truth can help reshape inner working models. Even digital communities, when they foster real vulnerability and care, can be transformative.
That's powerful. It means that healing isn't just about looking back, but about building new patterns now.
Precisely, each moment of being truly met, even online, can plant a seed. Repeated enough, those seeds become roots, and roots in time become safety.
Do you think we are lonelier now, despite being more connected than ever?
Yes, profoundly, because connection is not about proximity of devices, but proximity of hearts. We live in a time of ambient isolation, alone together. Attachment, in its deepest sense, is about meaning. Who do I matter to? Who will come when I cry out? We must teach our children and remind our adults that needing others is not weakness. It is the condition for growth.
Dr. Bowlby, as we near the end, what would you say to a listener who feels disconnected in this world?
I would say this: your longing for connection is not a flaw. It is a map, a compass pointing toward healing. Seek those who answer your bids for closeness, and when you find them, hold fast. Connection is not luxury, it is biology.
John Bowlby, thank you, not just for your presence, but for helping us reframe the modern world through ancient needs. And to our listeners, connection, like learning, is not passive. If you enjoyed today's conversation with John Bowlby, be sure to subscribe, rate and share. Next time we'll talk with Oscar Wilde, one of the most famous playwrights and poets in the history, who was publicly shamed, imprisoned and cancelled by Victorian society for living authentically, making him the perfect voice to critique today's cancel culture and the performative pressures of TikTok with wit, irony and hard-earned insight. So our next episode is with Oscar Wilde about being yourself, authenticity in the age of TikTok and cancel culture. This was Conversations with the Great Dead. Until next time, stay conscious.